Hello, I'm Eszter Vajda, and welcome to It's All Local. Did you know that President Truman read the Holy Bible twice by the age of 12? Or how about that Nixon was the first president to visit all 50 states? Well, these are just a few of the peculiar, unusual, bizarre, and political facts in the political Bible, little-known facts in American politics. Today, we will be speaking with political consultant and author Rich Rubino to find out more. Stay tuned. And we're back now with Rich Rubino. Welcome, Rich.
Thank you.
And I should mention that a few years ago, I'm not going to say how long, but you were in Marblehead TV as an intern when I was working there, and you've done so great.
Thank you.
This book is incredible.
During the Van Buren administration, I think.
Don't even mention that. Little-known facts in American politics, peculiar facts, unusual, bizarre, political first. I just love this book. I read the whole thing, and I just want to mention a few of my favorites. Surprises, really. Hillary Clinton was the president of the Young Republicans at Wellesley College. What?
Yes, you heard that right. Not Democrats, Republicans. Yeah, she was, but before that, she was actually a Goldwater girl. She supported Barry Goldwater. She came from a relatively conservative family in Park Ridge, Illinois, and supported Barry Goldwater in 1964. And when she went to Wellesley College, she was the president of the Young Republicans. And actually, one summer, she interned with the Republican Congressional Conference with Mel Laird, actually, who later became the defense secretary in the Nixon administration. And she has a picture with her, Mel Laird, and Gerald Ford, who was the minority leader at the time. And when she was first lady, they visited in Palm Springs. The Clintons visited the Fords, and she came with a picture of her with Ford and Mel Laird. And Ford looked at her and she said, "You're the one that got away."
Oh, okay. Some funny presidential facts. Nothing left to do after losing the Democratic nomination for a second term in the office in 1856. Franklin Pierce dead planned, "There's nothing left to do but get drunk." Really?
Yeah, very philosophical.
Very philosophical.
Yeah, he was actually the last Democrat who sought his party's nomination, who went all the way to the convention and lost. He lost to James Buchanan, and that was his quote. He was very honest about it. He said, "There's nothing left to do but get drunk."
Okay, well, there you have it.
Words of wisdom indeed.
Words of wisdom. Okay, and some state and territorial government. Republican devised party registration deficit in Bay State in 1994. Republican Massachusetts Governor William Weld was reelected with a record 71% of the vote, despite the fact that Republicans accounted for less than 15% of the Bay State electorate. How can that be?
Yeah, one of those weird anomalies. In Massachusetts, the fact that between 1991, when Weld came into office, to when Romney left office in 2007, Massachusetts had 16 years of Republican governors. Very odd. For example, in a state like Utah, one of the most conservative states, from 1965 to 1985, they had all Democratic governors. It's actually an interesting strategy Republicans run. They say we're going to be a check on the Democrats' legislature, and it's very hard for the Democrats to make the case that they should control all three branches of government. It's a little bit harder if they're running for, say, the United States Senate, when you can make the case, well, you're going to be Republican, maybe you're independent, but you're actually going to be part of the majority. But it's a little bit different in terms of the gubernatorial road. It's kind of one of those weird phenomenons.
And there's facts about congressional, about judiciary, about all types of things, and it's categorized. How did you go about collecting all these facts?
Yeah, actually, I've had kind of almost like a general interest in this type of stuff, in political facts. I've read a lot of presidential trivia books, but I never read anything that encompassed everything in terms of presidency, Congress, governors, territorial states. So I was kind of looking for something like that, and actually not look for a book specifically like that. And I couldn't find a book like that, so it kind of put the idea in my head to write one. And I had a lot of these facts already just from different places. So it was a matter more or less of corroborating and confirming what I already knew, and then that was probably 70% of it. And then it was a matter of getting the pictures. Library of Congress, the presidential libraries are an absolute godsend, specifically the Johnson and the Truman libraries. And not just finding stuff on Harry Truman and Lyndon B. Johnson, but there's so many other people who, for example, Wayne Morris was a senator, so you type in Wayne Morris and you get all these pictures of him. And these are all, you can all use them free because these are all in the public domain.
The book is The Political Bible, Little Known Facts in American Politics. You can get it online or go to Politigeek.com. Rich Rubino, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us. You can catch portions of this episode on our Facebook page as well as the Needham Channel's YouTube page. See you next time.